Hey everyone, do you ever have those days where you're kind of thinking, oh, I'd like to work in a little bit of color to my eyeshadow, but I just don't want it to look overboard. I want it to be wearable, something I could even use for work. And that's what I've been able to pull off with this palette here from LA Colors. I've used a few of the shades here to create a look that utilizes some greens, some pinks, and some sort of golden shades. So I'd like to show you how I did it, so keep on watching. First step for this eye look, I'm going to take my Belushes Shadow Magnet in light, and I'm just going to use this to prime my eyelid. So just dab your finger in and just spread that along your eyelid lightly. Next, I'm going to be using some colors from my LA Colors 5-color metallic eyeshadow palette in Tease. So it's got several really bright colors, and the first one we're going to use is this pretty green shade here on the end. So I'm just going to use my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, pack up my brush, and apply that all over the lid. Just a really pretty kind of makes me think of a spring green. So if you'd like to build the intensity, you can definitely do that with this shade. Just like that. Now we want to build up a little bit of depth here in the crease, and the reason why I'm going outside of this palette to do it is because these are all nice and you know, they're different from one another. They're all nice and shimmery and vibrant, but we do want something that can be a little bit deeper and just serve to create some contrast in the crease. So I'm going to go for a very affordable alternative. I'm going to go for Wet n Wild. The single is in Wicked, and so it's a black with just a little bit of sparkle to it, and that will work fine for what we're going to do today. I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk medium eyeshadow brush, just dip it in here. It's kind of a flat shader brush, and it'll help us get this darker look going in our crease. So I'm just going to start by just placing it right under that bone right there, and kind of pressing up in towards it, and that should get your shadow placement just right. And you may want to blend this out because you may have sort of a more harsh line between the top of your green and that shade. So I'm just going to go in with my Sephora rounded crease brush just to kind of blur that line a little bit. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go back to my LA Colors palette, and I'm going to use this really pretty vibrant pink shade. Dip into that with my crease brush, tap off the excess, and just go over the border of that black shade with the pink. And you're going to create kind of that nice little warm fade going on there. I love using, I'm really liking using sort of pinks and mauves in this way to warm up an eye look. And then for our highlight, you'll notice right here, second from the end, you've got kind of a orangey copper shade, and that's going to make for a really nice warm highlight. So just apply that all over right up to your eyebrow. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using my Revlon Colorstay liquid liner in Blackest Black, and this is just going to be a matter of, you know, one fairly thin line from the inner corner to outer corner here. And I've been asked, you know, after you go over that, you know, a bright colored shadow and then you dip back into the little container that's holding the liquid liner, you know, do you lose intensity, or does it dull down your liner? And I can honestly say that it does not with this product. So that's, I mean, I've just noticed this maintains intensity from, you know, when you open the product to once you're about to run out. In terms of our lower liner, I'm just going to grab my Revlon Colorstay pencil liner in black brown. You could use a just straight black or really any shade you want to, and I'm just going to connect up with the corner there and then draw a line pretty much 3/4 of the way in, kind of thinning it as you go. Next, grab a liner brush and that Wet n Wild shadow we were just using a little bit ago, and we're just going to use that to kind of set that liner that we just drew on there. And then once you've done that, we're going to do something a little bit different on the inner corner, going back to the LA Colors palette and that green shade. And we'll just kind of fill in there on the inner corner with that. Just for a little added sparkle. Now I'm going to be curling my eyelashes and holding it for about 15 seconds. Then I'm going to use my L'Oreal HIP Mascara and just give myself a coat of that on my upper lashes. This mascara is always good for some nice quick volume. Alright guys, that's all for this spring colored look using some multicolored bright shades that you can do sort of pastel-like with this, or you could put kind of a brighter base underneath if you wanted to. These shadows can really go a lot of different ways, so you can really just use your imagination, and it's so affordable. It's a nice nice way to get some bright colors all in one easy compact package. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for this video. Have a great day.